All right.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in another week of Y'all Not Ready for That Conversation. I
Hey,
am Lawrence White, and I am joined with,
it's your boy Chris Theodat.
Marielle Chanel.
all right, and we're gonna have a little fun, a little fun this week. Last week, once again, thank you for everyone that tuned in, especially if you've been tuning in regularly with us. We really do appreciate it. But last
Squad.
week, oh yeah, indeed. But last week we did a watch party. Figure the the election, the presidential election, was pretty important. Um, we didn't want to lose any viewers because we know like pretty much everyone would be paying attention to that. So we figured, why not watch it together? And it ended up going a lot longer than any of us could have imagined. I figured, we're usually done by what, like 10:30.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, we usually know what who's who by then. So it's just perfect. By the time we end, we know who the next or who the president's going to be for the next few years, so we can, talk about that. And shoot, I think after we got off, we Ariel and I stayed on the Zoom till like 2.
Jeez, really?
Yeah, I definitely didn't go to sleep till like 2 in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah,
It was a little before. It was a little before two we got off, but it was like 2 in the morning when I went to sleep.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
yeah. Well, I don't go to sleep very early, so I was gonna be up watching it anyway, and I think Ariel was still working. And since we had the stuff up on the computer, we just kept looking at it and talking about it. So like we watched was it Maine Turn Blue? I think it was.
Maine and somewhere in Hawaii.
Oh
And
yeah,
we
yeah.
couldn't
Oh,
find Hawaii when it
That's
turned. We were
funny.
like, where those 3 points come from?
It's funny.
yeah. So we just ended up because we were both still paying attention to it, so we just ended up staying on talking about it. Not knowing that, or at least me not knowing that I was going to end up watching CNN every day until
Dude,
Sunday,
that'd
pretty
have been a
much.
4 day long podcast.
Listen, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
But here we are, a little over a week later.
Mm-hmm.
We pretty much know who the next president is going to be.
I
Um,
mean,
all right, so all right. So before we go there, the topic for this week, or what we're gonna do this week, is we're gonna do another top five figure. Instead of talking about anything too serious, we'll just have a little fun. Um, so before we get into that though,
hmm,
we just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about or I wanted to know more of their feelings behind everything that's changed. So with that being said, Mr. Theodat, would you like to elaborate on the I mean?
so nothing's changed. No. So as it stands, President Donald Trump is refusing to concede to uh, controversially pre- President-elect Joe Biden. Uh, he is alleging widespread voter fraud. He's saying, you know, he thinks only the votes for him are legal, and that those are the only votes that should count. He said that there are people uh, who, they're just finding votes. Places where are they finding these votes?
by the truckload.
By the truckload, and they're all Biden for some reason.
Mm.
Uh, I mean, I guess so. All jokes aside, I think what's troubling about this is the president, and he is essentially holding the country hostage. Um, so he is threatening to go to court, or he's already put in like court documents and whatnot, so he can fight the ruling. They're probably going to do a bunch of recounts in those battleground states like Georgia, which turned blue, Michigan, which turned blue, which it's very hard to flip a state. So shout out to that. Um, so it's going to be a long court proceeding, or I mean, it may be a long court proceeding, depending on whether the courts take it up or not. Some courts are throwing it away, some courts are not. But he's threatening to go to the Supreme Court, which he has appointed numerous Supreme Court judges. So we'll see how that plays out. And yeah, I think so. Right now, we're kind of in a stalemate. Biden can't transition because Donald Trump isn't letting go of the position.
Yeah, and thankfully, I mean, with that, well, all right. First, before I move on to that, Ariel, what were you thinking so far?
I don't know why this is surprising to anyone. Anyone out there is surprised. Um, this is the man who prophesied what he was going to do throughout his whole 4 years. If you just listen to him,
Let's not say prophesy anymore. We
with the African angels, it was all,
him and the African angels got together.
listen,
You know what I'm saying? They shabooyah. You know,
he said, they said a rooster shot, a rooster shot, a rooster shot shot. You hear me? Okay, but no, like his whole time, he has always said what he meant and meant what he said. Like, and then he does this, and it's like, oh, why is he acting like this? Because it's who he is.
Yeah.
He's acting like himself. Like he's not acting any different than he has been the last, I can't even say 4 years, like the last 45 years of his life. Like this man, he's the same one who can take billboard ads out to say some young kids need to be executed and then turn around and just be like,
oh well.
like that's his favorite thing.
Right.
He legit is that little girl's face when she tried to book
Oh my gosh.
scandals, and then had that look like, yeah, I did it. Like that's him. So I'm not surprised that he didn't give a nice speech to concede. I'm not surprised that, he's going to take this to the Supreme Court and cry, foul play. But at the same time, this is the same man who said out of his own mouth, stop counting where I'm winning.
Right.
And,
You said
and keep, yeah, stop counting where I'm winning or whatever, or stop the count where I'm losing. And I don't know, all that stuff. You know what I'm trying to say. It's late. It's been a long week for me, but
yeah, it's weird. And then I think that so what's funny is he said he did what he said he was gonna do. He did talk about how he felt like mail-in voting was a fraud, even though he mails in his votes. He said that he the postal system was gonna screw it up, and dead people were gonna vote, and here we are. And then he told his whole base, hey, don't vote by mail because it's a sham, and they didn't. But now suddenly they're finding truckloads of Biden votes.
yeah, the trucks are called USPS.
Right.
Those are the truckloads.
It's
The votes that are coming in the mail. Like, so, and I'm not over here like, ha ha ha, is what you get. I'm so glad you're out, blah blah blah. Like, because I know, the devil blah blah blah. Like, so I'm not trying to, go dance in the street, even though I do love the "You About to Lose Your Job" song, and I love that it's been used.
that's a bop.
It is. It's such a bop. But um, you know, in general, the whole country is a mess. Like everything is a mess. This is all a mess. And whoever is next, like whether or not it is, our dear President elect Biden, or if it's Donald Trump
Our
again.
dear
Yeah,
President Donald Trump, exactly.
our dear, our dear president.
Our
Oh
beloved
Lord.
Donald Trump.
Did you say the lovely?
Our beloved
Oh,
Donald Trump.
The lovely.
I was
I
like,
mean,
what?
he probably is quite lovely too.
If whoever it may be, like this is a wake up call for all of us that it's time for us to step up and do what we have to do so that it
Hmm.
really is a we the people and not just, you know, whatever it is. I personally feel like, I know I don't need to go here, but I'm going to go here anyways. Like I feel like we never really got rid of the king mentality even though we've never been under king rule.
Hmm.
Like we love the idea of democracy. We love the idea of like my vote counts. We're like the it's shake and bake and I helped. Like that's us in America, but at the same time, we want that one person that we could point the blame to. And that really is like what you would consider a king. Like you could say, well, whatever, it's the king's rule. King makes the decisions. So we try to put that on the president as well. But the way the system is set up, that's not the way it works. Like there's so many checks and balances and different things. Like I think the biggest thing that I feel like we didn't do a good enough job with is paying attention to the House and the Senate.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
we were so engrossed in what's going on with the president and who was going to be president, we forgot to look at the people who actually hold a really, really, really big
Well,
stake.
that's the thing. Like that's also what midterms are for, and those are coming up anyway. And so like for me, that was never really like a big thing. I know, and all of the seats weren't up anyway. It
No,
was like a few. And so I think midterms is where we're gonna like really push and make some things happen.
yeah,
Yeah, and I think Georgia
feeling the small.
is what's called a runoff. They're going to have
Hmm.
a runoff,
Yeah, they got to run
so
that
they're
right.
going to have another election, I believe, in January for
Yeah,
those seats.
Right.
But but as of right now, the Democrats have the majority in the House, which they had before,
mhm,
and the Senate that one's still going. But the Republicans have 50. You need 51 for a majority. Um, Democrats have 46, and like I said, in Georgia they're having a runoff. So and that's the one that had the two seats.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
There you go.
And also, isn't it ironic that Biden won, but the Republicans are still leading? And so, therefore, like, it
Right.
Hmm.
wasn't
They're
just
on the
Democrats.
same ballot.
Yep. I was like,
Yeah.
it wasn't just Democrats voting that man out. Like, I don't care what they say.
Yeah, his people turned on him.
Like, I saw a post that it was like Republicans looking at the people calling for voter fraud when they won on that same ballot. And it
Right.
was like picture like the little kid like looking away. Like,
Oh, actually, the two seats that are unaccounted for are the two in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
no.
So, like I said, Republicans have 50, Democrats 46. Other parties have two.
Right.
So there's two more seats still up for grabs. And so, shout out to oh God, I had her head in my name. Her name in my head just a second ago.
Stacey
Stacey
Abrams.
Abrams.
Yep.
Yeah, shout out to her because if it wasn't for her pushing to fight voter fraud or not voter fraud, but
Voter
tampering,
suppression. Hmm.
suppression. Yes, thank you. In Georgia,
She went nuts.
yeah, we would be having a completely different conversation
Uh,
right now.
Oh yeah.
yeah, she registered 800,000 people to vote. She went
Yeah,
nuts.
and they showed up.
They showed up
You know what I'm saying? So,
because that might be the
um,
margin.
yeah,
It's,
I'm
That
it's,
pretty sure it is.
it's,
we can thank President Trump for saying bad things happen in Philadelphia
oh my
Yep.
god.
because they were like, oh, say less, fam.
Yeah, yeah.
They pulled up. Like,
I forgot what city it was in Pennsylvania, but he went and he was like, I wasn't coming here. I didn't have to come here.
No,
I'm like, fam,
it
like,
was Erie. I remember that. It was Erie. I was like, yo, why would you say that?
yo, dude has diarrhea of the mouth. But yeah, so that'll be interesting to keep an eye on. And since it's those two seats, and I can't see which party each person is with right now, but there's a very strong chance that the Republicans can lose the majority.
Okay.
I mean, of course, it would end up determined if that was the case, then it would end up being that the two other parties would have to work with the Democrats for it to be considered a majority.
Right.
But but yeah, either way, shout out to everyone that voted. It was as crazy as it was all of last week to see this, and like I said, I ended up watching CNN pretty much the rest of the week, and it was a lot of the same information over and over again.
Yeah.
But it was still, for me, it was still compelling because during this whole process, I ended up learning a lot. So I was soaking in a lot. Um, I hope that a lot of people, especially younger people, who have been told that they're, or not so much told, but like they grew to believe that their vote meant nothing because of the electoral college. I'm hoping that in spite of the fact that we still have that in place, if you go out and vote, if you guys, go out in the numbers that you have, the electoral college ends up working in our favor. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's the
Um,
thing. It's like record number of votes. But even like, but even the proposed loser got a record number of votes.
yeah.
Like there are, and I said this in a post, but I'm like, there are 71 million people who still endorse what Donald Trump believes in.
Oh yeah.
Thought what he did was great. Believe in his message, believe in his ideals, and that's 71 million registered voting adults. Doesn't count their children that they're training up, grandchildren, such and such. But it's a very interesting situation.
And shout out to Candace. She said, "I'm sending Biden my resume. Pray for me. We need a change. We are doing the same thing that we did when God's people begged for a king. Then they got Saul.
exactly.
Listen, man.
Yo,
Even how
we
these preachers is dealing with tonight. Y'all seen Kenneth Copeland?
yo Kenneth Copeland. I was trying to get to the topic at hand.
Hey, man.
However,
Yo, he was
can we talk
tripping,
about how demon possessed this dude be looking at times?
dude. I'm like,
That dude in
I
his
don't be getting
forced
it.
laugh.
Yeah, I don't be getting it. Like, and then they like zoomed in on a black guy in the crowd. I'm like, fam, why I do
Yo,
him like that?
yo, they kept the camera on him because
Yo,
he was the only one there.
like, why I do him like
Yo,
that?
all I could think about when I saw that though is all these niggas is catching that COVID. They sitting close,
Real close with no masks.
no mask. Like even the sanctuary they're in. Like
Well,
I remembered Kenneth Copeland being in a larger space.
yeah.
It looks like they started having service in the basement just to be closer together.
Like, I mean, he blew COVID away, so That's how
He
that
blew it
works.
straight into them seats that they all sitting in. He blew it straight at the cameraman, straight at that black man sitting there looking like he didn't know what to do, because he didn't pick the cotton out the seat.
Okay. But no, that last video, I was like, fam, we got to do better.
Yeah, that's a part of the reason why I had posted a couple of days ago that uh some of these Christians are making us look dumb.
Oh, look, Laura, we look crazy out here.
Anthony, don't worry, we're about to get right to that. We just wanted to recap real quick, and
Yeah,
it took us to another place.
we have to get some stuff done.
um, yeah, so yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on that. But once again, shout out to everyone that did vote, everyone that did let their voice be heard, so to speak.
Right.
Um, yeah, I just hope we all learned a lot, um, especially the younger people. Um,
I legit watched somebody who told me they were never voting again go and vote on their own, and I'm proud.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
that's it.
Like, they weren't really into it before. And I was like, "You vote?" And they're like, "I had to. What do you mean?" And I was like, "Yes."
Yeah, yeah, it's stuff like that that I hope really resonated with a lot of people, and the same, maybe not so much the same energy that people had this time like they'll have in the near future, because I know it'll be a different situation. I know a big part of it was the fact that we are still in a pandemic.
Mm.
A lot of people have been fired from their jobs. A lot of people are just home, so they were able to go out and vote early. Um, a lot of people, did the mailing thing, which for a lot of states, I think Pennsylvania being one of them, they had never done before. So it just made voting more accessible over time, and all that good stuff. So with that being said, let's get into some TV talk.
Man,
TV
As
talk.
our good friend Anthony said, he came for TV talk, and by golly, he's going to get some TV talk. By gosh darn.
By golly.
So, top 5 TV sitcoms.
Hmm.
this one's hard.
Um, what did you say?
This one's hard.
It
It
is hard.
Yeah, it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But I think sitcoms.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think sitcoms is a little easier to nail down than the R&B conversation that we were having last time, because you can't really genre bend with a sitcom.
We'll
It's
see.
still listen. Challenges are still available, um, and you know what, I hope I hope I do hear something crazy, so we can talk about it. All right, so ladies first. Are we all? Are First? Let us know if you're going in order, um, 5 to 1, or if it's whatever. But who's your first?
I'm, I'm going
What's
five to
your?
one.
All right.
5 is Schitt's Creek.
See, it's not a sitcom already.
It's not.
It's not.
I,
I haven't watched it.
I would say it is, but
So, why?
Okay, I didn't expect the
already.
controversy so early,
Because
straight out
it's
the gate.
because aren't sitcoms technically studio audience? Uh, like sitcoms, like Schitt's Creek is more like a
Well,
it's a
I
comedic
know.
series.
Anthony, you're our judge. You are
But
you are king of the sitcoms.
a sitcom is literally situation comedy.
And they're
So
in a situation. They're
yeah, so each episode there's a situation, and it's funny. It it isn't limited to um live studio audience because TV elevated from that, itself. Um,
So that's why I would even argue like sitcoms don't really exist anymore.
well, they do. Well, even by your own logic, do you still have like Candace said in the
Yeah,
comments, Meet the Browns.
but that don't come on no
Um,
more.
they
Oh,
just brought. Oh no, House of Pain they brought back.
oh, did they?
Um,
I
yeah.
like
yeah.
that. See,
And then he said, "What am I doing?"
Anthony, Anthony said, "What am I judging? If something, Anthony, if something."
so define
Well, hold on. No, I'm gonna
I'm about
put
to
more
Google.
work. I'm gonna put more work on Anthony's shoulders,
All right.
and he's one of my oldest best friends, so I can do that. If we're arguing about something and we can't come to a consensus, then you decide. You alone and you specifically decide. Let me see what Michaela said. I'm gonna tell myself I just learned what sitcom meant. you know, it's all good. We're here to learn. We're all here to learn. Um,
I have a replacement. If
You know what? No, that's fine because I even googling sitcom like Schitt's Creek is the first one that comes up.
well, yeah, I was gonna say I googled Schitt's Creek and it specifically said sitcom under it. So
Fine.
yeah, like
So that's
Michaela said, why only Anthony? Um,
the
oh, why not?
why not?
Why not? He rushed this off the political talk.
that does change my answers though.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah.
All right. So I'm still gonna ask what you have on your list.
Oh
Now.
yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
I
I'm
have
gonna.
other stuff too. I have things. That's why I was like, I got replacements. I got a replacement. I'm the decider.
All
I
right.
got replacements.
All right, Anthony. Since you've given yourself that title, you'll probably have that same job in future episodes if you're there. No pressure. No pressure. Um. All right. So it's been decided. Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek is a sitcom. It counts. Um. So that is Ariel's first one. Chris, what is your first show?
Yeah.
So my number 5 would be Moesha.
Ah, Mo to the E
E
to
to
the.
the. And if you skip the intro music, you're not black.
I haven't even gone back to start watching it yet.
I did. I enjoyed every moment. Actually,
Like the
I want to change my 5, but never mind. Go ahead.
wait, so all right, so you watched every episode,
Mm-hmm.
every season.
Mm-hmm. And I ran it back on Netflix. Like, yeah, I went through the whole thing.
Oh, I was just assuming you were already talking about Netflix.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Yo, so much so, right, that my child can recognize the theme song.
That's
Really?
Like she'll hear it, look at the TV, and smile.
Wow, you messing her up early. Moesha, for me, Moesha was just one of them shows that was cool, but like I don't know. I think of all the shows that are being brought back onto Netflix,
She's toxic to her best friend. Yo, all those '90s sitcoms were toxic.
everybody was toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What you saying?
but yeah, I think out of all the shows that have been brought back, I think Girlfriends might be.
Your Girlfriends was solid.
Yeah,
We ran that back too.
you said girlfriend is yours. Mine's is half and half.
Half and Half was good too.
I liked Half and Half as well.
Or One on One, like your One on One. That UPN lineup was solid, man.
Yep.
It was a solid lineup.
That's why I couldn't pick any of them. Like half and half would have been mine that I put on this list, but I couldn't because I was like, it's just UPN. Like it would just be
It would just be,
UPN.
and that's the thing. Like, and that's the thing. And I moved Half and Half to put something else in.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what
Actually,
that's
now
how
now that I'm
I moved half and half and put I moved half and half and put Shit's Creek.
Ah, there you go.
but now I'm thinking of it. I don't know if I like the shows because I genuinely like the shows or I like the women on the shows.
Both of them.
I genuinely like them, especially now going back and watching it again and going through it. Um, and now that I'm older, I'm like, dang, I still relate with these like
Yeah.
situations and these characters. Like, man, like
Oh well,
these men
yeah,
talking you
yeah.
up.
I think you're gonna relate to them in a whole new way now because you're an adult.
Yeah.
I am Mona Thorne. Like, I thought so back then, but I was like, I am Mona. Like, that is me. I just need to find my Jewish grandmother. Man, I might be Jewish.
And it might be Jewish. And
Who
this
knows?
this thing too, like I think watching it that young, like, you kind of don't realize what you're watching until you're
Yeah,
like, wait, whoa, what are y'all talking about? Like,
yeah.
what are y'all wearing?
Well, I knew what they was wearing.
It took me some time. I might have bloomed a little late. I'm like, what's going on?
Well, no, I mean, granted, you know, I'm a couple years older.
Yeah.
You know, I was aware, I was aware of what was going on. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying? My ear was to the streets.
somebody needed to put me on to what's going on. The Parkers was see that UPN lineup was solid, man.
All of it.
Oh yeah, and speaking of UPN, um, special shout out to Homeboys in Outer Space.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that Homeboys in Outer Space was my. I'm mad they didn't bring it back. I'm mad they didn't put it on Netflix.
I'm pretty sure you can find it somewhere.
I don't want to watch it on YouTube. I want to watch it on TV for real.
Kenneth said she's telling my mom.
Yeah.
You know what? She
Hey.
might be watching this right now. She may have already seen it, and she's just shaking her head.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how it goes. You know, I am not blind. Never have been blind,
Right.
even though I wear glasses. It's like they're blurry, but I can still see them.
You do one of
Um,
these right quick, you're seeing great.
all right, we're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that alone. Michaela gave us her top five, so I'm gonna read that real quick. And thank you, Michaela, for sharing that. Because I was just gonna mention,
Dang, your list is solid
um,
too.
yeah, I'm gonna. I wanted to mention everyone that's watching. You know, let us know what your top five sitcoms are. Excuse me. You know, we wanna know what's going on with your picks. So Michaela said, one was Living Single, two Moesha, three Half and Half, four Insecure, and five This Spot Rotates. The other are solid.
No, that's a solid list.
Mhm.
Yo,
Yeah.
Insecure, man. Insecure is such a good show.
And with that being said, that's my number five.
Is it?
Ah,
Insecure. Yeah.
look at that.
Like Insecure is, I mean, beyond being able to see in real time Issa Rae's elevation
Oh yeah.
from solo
You know what I'm saying? Awkward
solo
Black Girl
dolo
was
writer, director, producer. You know what I'm saying? She consistently put her work out there. I was put onto it by Ariel,
yeah.
and I think by the time Ariel told me about it, it had already ended.
Mm.
Um, I think it had already ended, but I still went to check it out, and by that time, Issa Rae introduced me to so many creators, like black
Yeah.
creators on YouTube.
She put so many actors on. It's not even funny.
Dog, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's
Like
not even
especially
close.
now that yeah, especially now that we have um like so many channels, like everyone's putting out something.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There are people that work with Tyler Perry now that have started with her.
Hmm.
I mean, of course, there's people that are on HBO with her.
Uh-huh.
Um, like what's the dude? The Blood.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
He's
The
hilarious.
blood. Yeah, seeing him. I saw him in something else. I just don't remember what it is. But knowing that he came from awkward black girl and now he's doing stuff with her now. Um, Ariel, what was that? What was that show?
Yes, I was.
Yep, first. That was the joint.
First.
His homie in that is in Black Lightning.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. So like going to her YouTube channel and I still remember like it was a random Sunday afternoon. I just went to her YouTube channel, saw the series, and I just started watching it.
Yep.
And I watched the entire joint in one evening. You know what I'm saying?
I've watched it so many times.
Oh, in the house.
Yeah. And then that dude, because that ended, I saw, and I can't remember his name. I know Michaela knows his name because we talk about him all the time. So after seeing him in First, then I saw him in another web series called That Guy. Okay. I think it's called, and that was dope. Oh yeah, Will get things canceled, Catlet. So the web series That Guy was attached to this other black owned production company called Black and Sexy TV, and they basically had their own cinematic universe, and yeah, a lot of people that were a part of those shows, like you'll see them in TV shows and stuff now. Like to this day, there are shows on like ABC and CBS, like network shows where it'll come on, and I'll be like, oh, I know that girl from such and such. Matter of fact, I don't know if you guys watched Doom Patrol. Her name is Karen Oberlin. I think that's how you say her last name, Nigerian. She was on the last season as Cyborg's girlfriend, so she became like not one of the main characters, but like that next level down, like a pretty serious role on the show. And that's where she started. She started on the web series and stuff as well. So so yeah, being able to see like not just Issa Rae's trajectory, but like all of those people that are still doing it. And let me see.
Anthony's calling you and Michaela out.
Oh, for what?
He said he doesn't know if Atlanta counts as a sitcom and Insecure for that matter.
So no, but
they do count.
They would have to, because if Schitt's Creek counts, then those are like the same exact type of thing.
Yeah, they're situation comedies. Now the difference, I think the difference would be if they're not comedy.
You said if they're not what?
If they're not comedy. Now I know Insecure is a comedy.
I feel like the most recent season of Atlanta doesn't count as a sitcom. It was more like a sketch comedy.
Yeah. Especially what's
episode was its own thing. Like they were all standalone.
What was the dude?
Eddie Perkins. That episode.
That was so weird, yo.
Yo, that joke was crazy. It was creepy.
Weirdest episode.
Anthony says they're comedy dramas.
They're dramedy.
Comedy. Yeah. Atlanta, yeah. But Insecure is a sitcom. No. Like, even if you think about each episode, like, it's not really dramatic. Like they go through stuff. Yeah. Or Issa goes through stuff. Yeah, but it's ultimately a comedy. And I stick by that because it's on my list.
That's funny.
Let me see.
Anthony said,
Yeah, no, because that was my original argument with Ariel, and then I looked it up and it said it, and I was like, okay.
All right, so Candace gave her 5. She said number 1 is Cosby Show, 2 Martin, 3 Family Guy, 4 Fresh Prince, and 5 Full House. So that brings up a question. Number 3, Family Guy. Are we counting cartoons.
Yes, because I have a cartoon in mind, which was
That's
changed
good.
because it's legal now. So
So at first, I wasn't I didn't think that animation would count, but when I read Family Guy, I was like, even though it's a cartoon, like the way the show is set up, it's just like a sitcom anyway.
I think they describe it as a cartoon sitcom.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even The Simpsons is
Hmm.
probably uh, associated the same way.
Yeah.
So now hold on now. So now I gotta.
I told you this
Yeah,
one.
I feel like we needed to do this in like
Tough.
stages because we should be like top 5 cartoon black sitcoms and then like sitcoms.
Well when Ariel said sitcoms last week, and I immediately switched what I was thinking of doing to that was one. You guys know I love TV.
Mm.
I watch everything. I binge everything. Like I'm just a well, I still got a couple more seasons to go, but I'm about to finish my rewatch of Doctor Who
Mm.
probably by the end of this week, and that's a lot of Doctor Who to watch. Um, so yeah, like it'd be one thing to keep it to like um, such a niche
Like topic, yeah.
topic, yeah. But yeah, I mean honestly, because I think if we did keep it to like just black for this one, we would all be saying the same things.
Mm.
Not
I
necessarily.
think.
I mean, I
I
think
mean, not exactly. We wouldn't have the exact same list,
right.
but we at least three of our three shows on our list would be shared with the others.
I can agree to that.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, honestly, um, just looking at Michaela's list and Candace's list, they already got like three or four of mine.
Oh, that's funny.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Oh, and then she said ATL might deserve the fifth spot. I didn't see that. I didn't see that spot.
Yeah, ATL
And
man.
was it Gideon shared his too?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna shout him out too. I didn't see his list,
yeah. It's
but I saw him shout out UPN.
Yeah. Gideon said Friends, Cosby Show, Frasier, George Lopez Show, which
that
I
was
haven't seen that
hilarious.
show, and Living Single.
So, is Cosby Show on the X list?
No,
Okay. I mean,
and I will fight anybody that wants to put it on there.
listen, man, that was yeah. Like, we.
Like, all right,
What
so
about the other people?
listen,
There's so many. My list, I'm like,
Because I'm like, but Felicia Rashad,
listen.
and then not crazy Raven Simone
When she was just a baby.
when she was yeah.
Let me see. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything else. Um,
oh no, Candace.
Facts.
what'd you say?
R. Kelly.
Said R. Kelly is ha. Bye 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 Piper.
He's on the X. He's on the list. Like,
Yeah, he's on the list.
we couldn't, we couldn't use him for the top 5 R&B,
Oh,
but now the Cosby Show,
yeah.
which to me is funny when like the name of the person isn't the name of the character in the show.
Oh, you said when it's not the name?
Yeah,
Yeah, that used to bug me about that show specifically.
but there was a few of those though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was it Frasier? I think
Frasier.
his name. No, but Bill Cosby's name was completely different in his
Yeah, it
show.
was Heathcliff
Yes, he's
Huxtable.
Yeah, at least Frasier was still Frasier.
Right, but there was another one. It was
Wait, is Frasier his real name? I don't think that's his name.
no,
in real life.
it's Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah.
Okay, so that counts as the same thing. I was like, wait a minute. I don't remember seeing starring Frasier when I
That's what it is.
watched
Yeah.
X-Men.
It was the Eve show. The show was Eve, but
Oh
her name wasn't
yeah,
Eve in the show.
no.
Yep.
Again, UPN lineup, great show.
And Kelsey Grammer was like one of the like producers
Of
for
everything,
all of those shows.
Oh
everything.
yeah.
I love Kelsey
He
Grammer.
produced everything.
He
Yeah. So
produced all
salute to
those
him.
It
UPN
was
shows.
him and Mara Brockakale.
Yeah.
Yes.
Without those two,
Oh, and since you brought up his name, I think if we were to cancel Bill Cosby or the Cosby Show because of Bill Cosby, would we have to cancel the UPN shows because of
Because
that
of
Brock
my
Kill dude?
husband.
he just cheated. He didn't. He wasn't like a pedo,
Well, Bill Cosby wasn't a
or
pedo.
if he was a rapist, that was different. He was drugging women.
All right, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it alone.
I mean,
It's still there.
it is. He dipped out, but it's Hollywood.
We're back.
Oh my goodness.
All right. All right.
And that's true.
Okay.
And it was her husband. It wasn't her. I mean, he does have credits on most of those shows. I think he did like co-produce those shows, but yeah, it wasn't her.
Listen, I got
Hold on.
my new favorite show canceled, and I was mad.
What happened?
So he got my new favorite show canceled.
Which one?
Oh, was
Love
that
just
the
came out. I was so about it. I was so ready for season two, and
Wait,
then
which
here
one?
comes all this trash, and I was like, "Come on, people, keep
that
it together so I can watch good TV."
that
Okay.
was that was one of the shows that me and Michaela was talking about with Will Catlett.
Wait, which show?
Is it Love Is?
Forgot he was in that too.
Yeah. So
Hey,
that guy ended up
Uh,
being canceled, and then I think Love Is was like the first big thing that we saw him in
mm,
after that. And I think before I even got to watch the first episode, oh no, my bad. It was the same day that I watched the first episode. I heard about what happened, and then the show got canceled.
mhm.
And then he showed up in Black Lightning,
oh, yep, yep,
and
yep.
Michaela was like, "I don't have any hope for this show because he's like,
Well,
like
technically,
everything he's in gets canceled."
wouldn't first be the first thing that got canceled?
Oh, I do
Oh
remember
yeah,
Love Is,
first, yeah, that was also.
but that was on YouTube, so that was like
Well, that guy was on YouTube as well, but it's the
right,
fact that like first and that guy were both canceled without any like without tying up any loose ends.
right.
And so every show that he's been on that's been canceled, it's pretty much the same thing. Like we're just left hanging. Um, but I figured they killed him. They killed him on Black Lightning, so Black Lightning should be straight.
Uh,
They had
He
to
came
get rid of
back.
him. They
yeah,
had to get rid of him so the
he
show
comes
could
back
count.
like yeah.
He came back, but
And he popped up in Lovecraft Country. We
oh yeah,
Yeah.
don't know if
Yeah,
there's
he
gonna be
did.
season two. We're waiting to
yeah,
see.
yeah. Soon as he popped up in Lovecraft Country, I was like, man, we might not get a season two.
Yeah. He,
I,
he's uh
I hope
he's
we get a
he's
season
killing
two.
these one season shows.
Listen, he's cashing checks, but I'm not happy about it.
Right? Let the brother eat.
Oh.
All right, let's get back to it. Michaela said I was so mad when I saw him on Lovecraft Country.
Oh,
Yo,
my goodness.
it's so real. All right, Chris, what's your second show?
My second one is hold on, let me get my list here.
Second one meaning number four. 'Cause I
Yep,
was
four.
talking about
Yep.
it.
My number
Oh, so
four.
you're going in order as well?
Yeah. And I wanted to switch this, but my number four is Family Matters.
Nice one.
Family Matters was my show. It's still I'm running that back right now on Hulu.
Whatever happened to you?
R.I.P. Myra.
Dude, and
I know.
again, and that same rest in peace, Myra, and we still can't find Judy.
And we still can't.
Oh, listen, we
She
we
went
know what
upstairs.
happened to Judy.
We went upstairs and never came back.
She
Judy
went up the steps.
Judy ran up the steps and into a whole different genre of entertainment.
Listen, she was grounded for life. But yeah, and then that theme song, that same dry voice dude sang like 4 songs.
Yep.
Yo, I
Yo,
hated that dude's
yo,
voice.
he had like every he made money. I want like what happened to that dude? He had every sitcom
Oh,
in the
yeah,
nineties.
he's swimming in his pool full of
Even
money
in
like Mr.
TV.
Scrooge.
Miss your old familiar friends.
Waiting around the yo, and then step by step, day by
I was
day.
trying to remember if that was one of his joints.
Dude, he
Yep.
had that
All right,
one.
let me see.
Full House was his.
Full House too.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
It was the same dude.
I can't remember the Full House
Yo, because it
theme
sounds
song.
too much like the other ones. They all sound the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I was legit singing all the songs, but singing the intermixing all the lyrics, and I was like, this is not
That's
right.
what I can't remember the Full House one
Full
either.
House was
Like Full
everywhere
House,
you look.
That yes,
Full House. Oh
not
no,
Full House.
Full House, Full House. Everybody lives in the house because it's full.
No, it's
Yeah,
everywhere you look, there's a
yeah.
place.
It was
Oh
one.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Somewhere and you're all alone.
All
It's the same
right,
dude.
hold on. Let me go to Phoebe's comment. She said, "I have a bad habit of only watching dark and twisty dramas, so this isn't a genre I am super grounded in. But off the top of my head, Schitt's Creek, Insecure, Modern Family."
Ooh,
Said there was an episode that made me laugh so hard I gagged. I want to know what episode that was because Modern Family was
it's
crazy funny.
Hilarious.
It's not on my list tonight, but it's definitely hanging
that's
around
funny.
like top 10.
Dude, Malcolm in the
Um,
Middle. But yeah,
let me see.
he said
Oh, News Radio.
News Radio was
I
good,
forgot about News Radio. R.I.P. Phil Hartman. That joint was
dude.
crazy funny. And Frasier was a number 5.
Frasier.
You
Yeah,
know
that's
what's
a
another like old honorable mention? Like
what's that?
TV stuff like Frasier and all that kind of stuff. Night Court.
Oh, listen, I still whistle that theme song.
Yeah,
I love
I hated that show. I was like, yo, it was so old. I was like, all right,
Yeah,
Oh,
the magician judge can't remember his name.
what's the
yeah.
what was the song?
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it was just mad. It was just mad sounds. And then you had Bull. Oh,
Yeah.
the black lady. What was her name? It wasn't Marsha Warfield, was it? Hold on,
Oh.
because she was a take no mess kind of gal.
Yeah,
I think her name was Marsha Warfield.
Oh.
Yep, I'm surprised I pulled that name out the hat.
yeah.
But shout out to her. Then you have Bull, the other bailiff, who's just a
Yep.
mad big dumb dude. Um, yeah, that's a good throwback.
Yes.
Crazy.
That's a good
Night
throwback.
Court.
I think another throwback. Now that I'm remembering that one is Taxi,
Yep.
Oh yeah, Taxi.
because that one had Andy Kaufman.
Man, that that generation had some dope situations too, like the 227s, the
Yeah,
Yep.
two
uh
two seven probably should be on my list as well.
dude, Three's Company. Three's
That
Company was so
was
good.
Yeah,
so good. I love Three's Company.
Yeah.
If you know me, I reference the theme song to Three's Company a lot.
Come
Uh,
and knock on our door.
so if you ever are around me, you'll hear it at some point. But I love Three's Company.
that's
Um,
another theme song that I randomly whistle.
Mm-hmm. Because
and
it's so catchy.
Yeah.
you have Punky Brewster is
Oh
Punky.
yeah.
um,
I used to love Punky Brewster.
Punky Brewster. All them shows.
Dude,
I think they
Blossom.
were talking about bringing that back.
Mhm.
Anthony said you really do. I reference that theme song
Yeah.
all the time. Oh,
Yeah, I think they were talking about rebooting that
Punky
not too
Brewster.
long. Yeah.
Go
Uh,
ahead.
I thought I heard that too. but I don't want them to. So
I I don't want them to reboot anything, honestly.
yeah, like
The Boy Meets World reboot was kind of good.
Girl Meets World.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that, I mean, I didn't really watch that one,
Gilligan's Island.
but the fact that they did it differently
Yeah,
makes it a different show.
yeah, it
You
was
know what I'm
cute.
saying?
It
So
was
it's
cute.
like, and I guess I'm leaning more so towards movies when they remake the same movie over
Oh yeah.
again.
No, but like yeah,
That's the stuff I don't.
reboots in general can be like corny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go back to the comments real quick. Janine gave her list. She said number one was Martin, two Family
Yeah,
Matters,
yeah.
three Fresh Prince,
Mm-hmm.
four Saved by the Bell, and five Full House.
Yo,
Solid
it's a
list.
solid list, man.
Solid list. Saved by the
And
Bell. Woo.
we
All
gotta
right.
find bad sitcoms
Because I'm Saved by the
Yeah.
Bell.
because these lists are really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for a lot of us, like, I think if we were to take everyone's list, we would easily be able to find like a top 10. Like, it's not gonna, it's like our choices aren't gonna be scattered so much that it'd be hard to pick 10 out of everyone's list.
Yeah,
um let me scroll down and see if I'm missing anything else.
yeah. We never gonna get through all this.
Let me see. Bumps.
Yeah, Saved by the Bell was great. Gilligan's Island was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Phoebe said honorable mention to Just Shoot Me. NBC had
Oh,
a
that
killer
was
lineup for a while. That one was good as well.
yeah.
um
It was it. NBC was that. It was Step by Step. It was Blossom.
Blossom was good.
Yo, Blossom was good.
Married
Married
with
with
Hold on,
Children.
Michaela said Happy Days.
I loved Happy Days.
I'm just surprised because you had to be watching Nick at Night.
That's what it
Yeah.
was. It's that
Well,
Nick at Night lineup.
oh yeah,
Oh wait, and then Candace backs it up with Gilligan's Island,
yeah.
so she was on that Nick at Night as well.
Gilligan's Island was really good.
Listen, and you know it got really bad once MASH came on. Then you're like,
Oh yeah,
I'm supposed to be sleep. Or MASH would wake me up in the morning when it was
Oh
time.
my god. Yeah, Mash Man. All right, it's time to turn the TV off.
Like you knew you went too far when MASH came on.
Oh god.
after I can't front though. After a while, I started to like Mash.
I
Like
like
I
that
like when it
too.
comes on now, I'm not as quick to change the channel.
I
I
like
don't know if
that.
it's because I'm old or what.
Even though it gets sad when you hear the do 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 do, and you're
Oh
like, oh,
god.
instant depression.
Oh god. Oh, I hate it. Like, and then you would see the flag, and I'm like, oh god. Okay.
Yeah. All
Like
right, hold on.
that's when you turn the TV off like this.
Yep. With the
Or if it's like the big floor model, you
That's
just gotta
it.
crank it mad times to get to like the next channel over.
oh,
The UHV stations, the UHF stations.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Let me see. Phoebe said the Modern Family episode was when Cam was singing Ave Maria for a backyard wedding, and it was cross-edited with slow-mo footage of Mitchell trying to capture a pigeon in the house. Oh man, I don't remember. I don't remember that episode that well, but I'm pretty sure that's because I was crying laughing.
that's hilarious.
Like Cam doing anything was just over the top, and he was hilarious to me. And Gideon said "Married with Children." That's another dope one.
mhm.
Keenan and Kel count as a sitcom that gets an
You know,
honorable mention. Does
it,
Keenan and Kel count? That wasn't a sketch show.
No, it was situational.
it was a sitcom.
Okay, I never
Um,
watched it, so
all
I don't
that
know.
was the sketch show.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew
Uh,
about all that, but I never watched
yeah.
Keenan and Kel.
Yeah. He
Yo,
was good. And
so
my brother and me and Autumn Joints because
Oh,
mm,
that was good.
I have one hilarious married with children story.
what's that?
So, like the whole thing is Al Bundy hates his wife and his family and his life and all that stuff. So whatever. So I'm watching it, and Peggy goes one day, Al, let's have sex, and I immediately turn to my mother like, "What's sex?" This
Uh,
woman goes, "You can't watch that show anymore." I
That's
never,
hilarious.
yeah, I could never watch it again.
Yeah, I can just see your mom being like, "Nah, that's it. That's it for this one."
Uh,
Let me see. Anthony's List: The Simpsons, Fresh Prince, Family Matters, Parks and Rec,
Ooh, Parks and
and
Rec.
Family Guy.
don't
Mm.
be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Wait, does that's Broad City?
What?
Oh,
The one,
Broad City on Comedy Central.
yeah, that Don't Be Suspicious. Isn't that what that's from?
No,
I
that
think
was
that's
John
Parks.
Ralphio from
Yeah,
Parks.
that's Parks and Rec.
Oh, I I mean, I guess it was just from the voice. I always thought it was the shorter one from Broad City, which was another
Maybe
funny sitcom.
I was forced
Honorable
to watch
mentions:
Parks and Rec.
Happy Endings, Schitt's Creek, Bob's Burgers, Living Single, and The Office.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there goes The Office. I paused when I read Parks and Rec
Uh,
because I thought The Office would be on that top five for
dude,
Anthony.
No,
The
I knew
Office.
I knew the office would get bumped for Anthony because these all make sense.
Yeah.
At least Parks and Rec, Family Guy, and The Simpsons. I knew those were on his top.
Oh, you know what? I have to make a change on my list. I have to make a change on my list, and it'll be the next one I say. So, all right.
So many. I know. I'm like my list. I'm looking at it. And I'm like, I rushed to do this because there's just so many. I'm like, I can't pick them. I can't pick.
And the thing is, like reading Happy Endings made me think about it. Happy Endings is not on my list, but
Mm.
uh, Anthony said Keaton and Kel, I think, was sketch. Does not count. Decided. Well, he's the decider. So because it goes against what Michaela said, I'll let it fly.
I can't.
All right. So Ariel, what's your number four?
Oh, I don't even know anymore. Um, I was trying to go like old stuff, new stuff, like and not just do so much old. But I think I'm gonna have to move this one that I have and put in Family Guy as my next because Family Guy got me through college. I actually still have I have seasons like one through I don't know what on my iTunes. Like I purchased them. So
Mm.
like Family Guy. My favorite episode will forever be Meet the Quagmires. Um, Absolutely hilarious episode with the Back to the Future reference, and it will forever be funny to me. So that's that. So I had to switch. I had to switch when I put that in there.
What did you have on there
So my
before?
honorable mention
Mm-hmm.
is Kim's Convenience. Um, and so I put Kim's Convenience because one, I love non-American shows. Uh, like it's Canadian, but Canada is like British rule, and
Canadian TV is low key really good.
it's
Oh,
so good.
oh man! Now that you said Canadian, I just thought of another show that I can hold on. I gotta
Listen,
look at this list.
Yeah,
so that's why I had Kids Convenience, and I'm like, I love Kids
that's
Convenience.
a good show.
But then I was like, oh, I'll just put it as an honorable mention because Family Guy was there for me, so it has to
Yeah,
be on my list.
I laugh obnoxiously at Family Guy.
There was a little while where I stopped watching Family Guy.
Like some of the later stuff. I don't watch it
Yeah,
now.
the
Like
newer stuff.
Yeah, there was a good while where I stopped. Um, But
Letterkenny.
Yep.
oh, you talking about the comments?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like he knows your addiction.
uh, yes. All right. So since Anthony said it, I'll
Oh,
go ahead
that's
and skip
funny.
to my next one. Letter Kenny.
I haven't
Letter
seen it
Kenny
yet.
is on my list. Um, and I'll tell you. Oh, wait. What? Ariel, did you say what show you took off?
Yeah, it was. I
It's
took
Kim's
off
Convenience.
Kim's
Oh
Convenience.
yeah, Kim's Convenience. Okay. Um, so I had Seinfeld on my list, and I'm not
Oh,
going in
okay.
order. So, I had Seinfeld higher on my list. Um, Seinfeld was one of those shows that I never watched because I didn't think I would find it funny.
Right. And then later,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was still going on, but it had already started syndication.
no, it was same for
So
me.
I started watching like the older episodes, and when I found myself cracking up lying,
Laughing.
yeah, when I found myself cracking up laughing at that, then I started watching it like as it was like coming out.
But wait, hold on.
Um,
I gotta hold it. Gotta pause you.
yeah,
Because does that get the X list? Because Kramer's a racist.
but it wasn't his show.
Boy, did he make an impact.
He did, he
Hmm.
did, because a lot of the stuff I laughed at was him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, well I've already taken
You
it
already,
off the
yeah,
list.
like you took it off your list
That's
though.
true.
Yeah, I've already taken it off my list. Um, yeah, I mean my feelings towards white people using the N word, it pretty much goes like this: you shouldn't say it, but if you do, just be able to fight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like say what you want, but know what comes after that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really think of it as much with him saying that. Um, but either way, it's off my list. So yeah, Letter Kenny. I don't think I've watched any other sitcom straight through like back to back.
Okay.
Yeah, back to back. And I was thinking about going back to it and watching it again. Like, Chris, I know you said you haven't seen it yet. I know
Yeah.
Ariel has watched it. Um, a lot of my friends have watched it. It is hilarious. Um, for anyone that's thinking about watching it, one word for you: Shorzy. Wait until you meet Shorzy. Shorzy is one of the funniest people on that show, and I hope that inspires you to watch it now. So Letterkenny is the second one on my list. Um, and since you both went before me, I'll go ahead and give my third, and that one is New Girl.
Huh?
New Girl,
So good
and
job.
and I'll just let you know I took off Blackish. I took off Blackish. Well, first of all, I put Blackish on my list because I think at this point it's more important than just another sitcom.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Blackish
Like,
is legendary at this point.
yeah, like it's hilarious,
Oh my god.
but I think what they like the information that they give to the rest of America that we already kind of know or what we've been living, I think is almost invaluable. However, as much as I think that's important, I had to take something off my list so that I could put New Girl on there because New Girl was one of the funniest shows. Like, period.
Quick question: did
Yes,
they
sir.
ever release the band episode
Which
Blackish?
band?
They had a band episode after it was before the George Floyd stuff. It was like it was. I want to say it was addressing some of the police brutality and all that stuff. Like it was episode they have was banned that ABC would not release.
Um, for some reason,
It's on
I
Hulu.
think
Thank
yeah, I was
you.
gonna say I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah. Kayla said it's on Hulu because I was gonna say I usually end up watching Blackish on Hulu, so I believe
Hmm.
I did see it.
Mm.
Um,
Yep, it was
Oh.
about Colin Capsule. Yep. Okay.
okay, yeah.
Thank
So
you.
Blackish is a great show. But since we're just talking top five, I had to kick that off for New Girl. Um, yeah, shout out to Janine for backing that up. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of people don't know they're missing out. They don't know what it means. Uh,
What? New
I don't.
Girl's great. We both said it.
Oh, I don't know. I was talking so much, I forgot. I
You
forgot. I
just don't
forgot how y'all
care.
reacted.
Yeah, we both are like,
I was talking so much, I completely thought I was alone in this, and it went into defense mode.
What?
So, all right. So that was my. Hold on. Let me mark these off so I don't say the same thing. That was my third one. Chris, what is your third show?
My third show is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Another good one.
Yo, that show, I cause it's funny because I didn't watch it when it first came out. Like I stumbled upon it on Hulu and I was hooked. That's another show that makes me laugh obnoxiously. It's so funny. But see, I'm gonna give myself one. Is Terry Crews on the X list?
Mm. Do we X people just for being stupid?
He's that's what I'm about to say. I was like, he's not on my X list. He's just on my ignore list. Like, you know, the people that you be like, that's just cousin Terry. Like,
Back it up, Terry.
that we don't pay attention to him. That's
That
just
works for me.
that's just cousin Terry.
Yeah. I wouldn't put that on the X list. I mean, if you can have the show still go on without someone, then
Nah, you can't do it without Terry's character is hysterical.
yeah. I mean, granted, he probably is. I've only watched a couple of episodes
Yeah,
of that show,
it's so good.
but I mean, think about it for real. Like, even though he's funny on the show,
Hmm.
could you see him? Could you see Terry Crews being replaced or just taken off completely, and the show still go on?
Nah, I would miss something.
Okay,
It would miss something.
Yeah.
I respect it.
She's so hilarious. Joey Deschanel, she's hysterical.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can see. All right. So Anthony said, for those watching later on, Anthony says Zoe Deschanel's character is annoying to me. I can see that.
Yeah,
She
she
is.
can be annoying, but it's
Yeah, she
hilarious.
can be annoying. But I think ultimately she's funny, and
Mm-hmm.
she's not even the funniest person on the show.
Mm-mm.
The guys in the her roommates are all the funny ones.
Oh
Um,
my goodness.
Kayla said Coach was hilarious. I wish he was in the last episode.
Oh yeah.
He was funny to me, but I can't co-sign the hilarious part. I think Winston is way funnier, and he has a gift that I constantly use from that show with an evil smirk. Um,
My favorite gift from that show is the throwing up one.
Throwing up one.
Yeah, with the white boy. He be like, I'll send it to you.
With
Uh,
Schmidt.
Yeah.
Yo, Schmidt is ridiculously funny.
That's my favorite.
Um, in the first season, he has a scene with him and I can't remember the other white roommate's name. I think it's Nick. I can't remember what his name is in real life. Um, but Schmidt is he's trying to mac on um, Zoe Deschanel's friend, the
Mm.
model, whose name I also can't remember. And I guess she's like about to give him a shot, and so he's acting like he's talking to another girl on the phone. So he just calls Nick, and Nick is at the museum, and so Schmidt's like, "Hey, girl, what are you doing? Like keeping it tight?" He's like, "What are you wearing?" And Nick on the other side was like, "Jeans." He's like, yeah,
Um,
you keeping it tight." He was like, "My jeans." Like that whole scene for me is I did not do it justice at all, but it's one of the funniest things on that show. Like I've watched it mad times, and I will watch it again. It's on Netflix. Let me see. Anthony said Brooklyn Nine-Nine is great,
but, yo,
as is The Good Place. The
The
Good
Good
Place
Place was
is
insane.
The Good Place was a great show.
That was such a good show.
I think they may have went a little too long with it, even though it was only like 4 seasons.
Yeah,
But even the last season, it still had some really funny parts to
yeah,
it. But that first, the first 2 seasons at least were genius in my opinion.
you're really good.
Let me see. So that was Brooklyn Nine-Nine. All right, Ariel, what's your third show?
Martin. So I've watched that show so many times. Like growing up, it was the one. Well, it was one of the many shows I probably shouldn't have been watching, but I was.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That Martin living single lineup.
yep, that whole
Oh
lot.
yeah.
Um, but just I put Martin because actually two of the shows I have on this list. Like I put Martin because he paved the way for a lot of stuff that people are doing now.
Hmm.
So like between him and Eddie Murphy with their like character
Yeah.
doing, like and being able to do characters, like all his different characters.
The
Um,
PJs.
yeah, like all those shows, like to be able to do that, you had to have a brilliant mind and to be able to
Yeah.
flawlessly go back and forth, like just like step out the scene and then he's in there as Shanae and then
Right.
like he steps out, then he's Dragonfly Jones, then he comes back and he's Otis, like all those characters, like they just made the show so great.
The
What was the white boy, the white dude?
oh
He's like
Uh,
hammer, hammer,
yeah.
like cracks me up. Like,
I
just
keep wanting to say White Mike, but I don't think that's it. It's White something.
yeah, it's white
yeah,
something.
white. Yeah.
Can't remember what his name was. And he's just like, oh, oh God. It was great. It
Oh,
was
White Bob.
there it is.
White Bob.
White like Gina, hammer, hammer. Like that. Tracy Morgan getting his
Oh, pick up the pieces.
yes, hustle man, like then bruh man always coming in
Bro, man, from the fifth floor.
from the fifth flow. Like the show is great.
That was a good show.
So, so I'll just say
Yes.
Martin is on my list as well. I think anyone that knows me for real already would know that was on my list. Um, and so just talking about the characters, like when you are so genius at playing characters that even like the characters you put in for just a second are memorable.
Yep.
Do you guys remember King Beef?
No. Oh shit.
No.
I have to figure out what.
It was it was a TV show. It was like you know how an Insecure like they have a show that goes into every season.
Yeah.
It wasn't drawn out in the same way, but King Beef was like one of those TV characters that they would always play. Hold on, let me let me pull this up real quick. Um, Ariel, can you make me a host real quick?
Hold on, I got you. You might be able to.
Oh, am I?
You can share the screen.
All right, hold on. Hopefully YouTube's working again.
I think it's not working because YouTube and Facebook are beefing.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, let me. All right, how do I stop this?
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah, that was
Uh,
I do remember that. That's
Martin.
funny.
Martin was a good one between that and Rhythm Spoons.
oh man, there's so many. There's
Oh,
so many moments. So many moments
the
on Martin.
interrogation scene. Have to talk about it.
Oh.
That with the dog, I cry laughing every time I watch it. He's like, "Roo, roo, roo, down, down." I'm like, what the stuffed dog? Like, and I think like it's funny when you go back and you get to hear the like commentary about stuff. And they were saying that the like he wanted a real dog, but the network was like absolutely not.
Right.
So he brings in this stuffed dog.
Yo, the fact that that is what happened makes it even funnier to me.
But you know, but you know what's funny about these sitcoms? Like that's how some of the best things happen. Like something
Yeah,
wasn't in the budget, and they just improvise, and it becomes the best thing ever.
Oh, oh God. Okay.
but yeah. So that Chilligan's Island, all the parts in the show where you can obviously see that someone's laughing, but they're still going. Uh, like Ariel, you brought up White Bob, and there was one episode where Gina had gone on a business trip, and they had a party in her room,
Mm,
and White Bob was the one that answered the phone, and he was like, "This whole party is out of control." So Martin and his boys rode out there, but I think like the AC wasn't working, so he was hiding under the bed. Like that whole scene where he was like beating up the repairman, and the dude wasn't able to open the door, and he falls down, and you can see him laughing while he's acting like he's getting beat up. Like that stuff, I can watch that stuff over and over again. It lives
hilarious.
rent free in my brain. I've seen every episode so many times. I probably don't need to watch it on anything. Like I can just
Hilarious.
sit there and think about everything. Even like the final seasons when it was obvious that something was going on between him and Tisha Campbell,
Oh
and
yeah.
so it was awkward. Those seasons are still funny because they leaned more into Pam,
Yes.
Oh
who
yeah.
I think was more funnier anyway.
Yep.
No, Pam. Yeah.
In their like relationship, like how they had to play it off. So they had them on the cruise, and Gina got left behind.
Oh
And
yeah,
she wasn't in the episode, like all that, like
Dude, Tashina Arnold is brilliant.
she's
oh
been.
yeah,
She's brilliant.
yeah. She is. She's a legend. So since that was on my list as well, I kind of hopped on that. But that's not my fourth. Wait, that was your third, Ariel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just go ahead and say that was my fourth, since that's where we are now anyway. So Chris, what is your fourth?
I am at The Simpsons. Like, the, you kind of there's really nothing you can really say about The Simpsons.
Yeah.
For me personally, The Simpsons raised me, so it's just The Simpsons, man. Like, I had The Simpsons video game. I had like, yo, I was all in for The Simpsons.
Yeah, The Simpsons. Like I said, there's really not much you can say.
No,
Like even even people that say like there are like whole seasons that fell off, they still have more good seasons than probably any other
any
show.
other show, yeah,
Because
dude.
they've been on for how many years? Like at least 30 seasons.
Yeah, about 30. Yeah, 30 some odd years. Like, fam, the episode where Lisa goes vegetarian, and Homer's cooking the pig,
Yeah, and the
and
lamb.
oh my god, and like what was it like? I think the pig gets stuck in like a dam and like shoots out like
Oh, when it flew off.
oh yeah, I died laughing at like I was laughing so hard when I first seen it. They thought something was wrong with me. That was the funniest episode.
Yeah, that's a solid
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, and all the characters are great. I love
dude.
Ralph.
Ralph. I'm in danger.
Oh,
Uh, Millhouse.
mm.
Uh, the cat. So, dang, who's watching this? Listen, let's just say the cat lady is someone who,
Oh man,
oh my, brought me so much joy.
yo, she's hilarious.
Uh,
Yo, and that's the thing. Like, she doesn't say anything. She just
N-
throws cats.
no, but then there was a part where she was doing like an interview, and then she actually like spoke. Like it
Oh,
was,
for real?
yeah. There was an episode where she spoke. It was hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
March's sisters. I
Oh,
swear there are some of them in every family. Like,
hmm. Patty and Selma.
yes.
Yep,
I was like, oh, they remind me of so and so.
dude.
Like, just
When
there's some
they
in every family.
Apu felt like
And the Quickie Mart.
the Quickie Mart.
Oh my
The
goodness.
Simpsons has a lot of songs
Yo, they have
that.
the Michael Jackson episode.
Which
Oh
is,
yeah,
it's not on Disney Plus.
They can't
yeah,
play that song.
yeah. They took that one off.
Yeah,
They
they
took
can't
it
play
Well,
that.
down.
no, they own that song, but
Uh,
because of the allegations with Michael Jackson, they took that
uh,
episode down.
Took it down. You can't watch it.
So are we Xing that one? We canceling that one because of Michael Jackson?
I mean,
No.
he was in one episode out of like 600.
I don't think Michael Jackson should have been canceled anyway.
And if I'm not
Beyond the fact that
mistaken,
he's dead.
the person who played was it? She like played Bart and Lisa, right? It was a woman.
No, it was a woman that played Bart, but the woman that played Lisa was an actress that was on another Fox show
Right.
that
And I
really
think
wasn't a good show,
I
but I
think
know
she
she had a
passed
really
away, right?
unique voice.
I want to say she passed
Um,
away.
One of
Right?
the
well,
one of
Yeah.
the people passed away. I think it was
I
the one
think
that
the one that played, yeah, I think the one that played Bart. I think she's the one that passed
Yeah, I
away.
think she passed away.
All right. So that was number 4. I
Yep.
gave my number 4. Ariel, what is your 4th show?
The Office.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with The Office.
The Office.
You know what? Now, since I
Wrestling.
was thinking about what Anthony was saying earlier about Parks and Rec versus The Office,
Mhm.
I can see. Oh, wait a minute. That reminds me. Someone had asked a question about those shows,
Yep. It was
and Michaela said, "My wife and kids honorable mention. Definitely,
oh yeah.
uh, definitely honorable mention for that. That show was hilarious as
Hey,
well."
Miss Cable was saying, "What's funnier, Parks and Rec, The Office, or Community?"
I liked Community, but I don't put Community in the same category.
Nah,
Parks and Rec and The Office. Um,
I'll say I enjoyed Parks and Rec more.
I I really like both, but I just watch The Office more.
Yeah.
So that's why it's on the list.
I think Community is my pick
All of them. I liked Community, but
of
I
the
It was
three. Yeah, I think Community is my pick. And partially because of what I was about to say about The Office. Um, so I rewatched The Office, and then I went and rewatched Parks and Rec, and The Office. Watching it now was kind of cringy.
oh
Like,
yeah,
it was still funny. It still had its moments, and I still watched the whole thing. But there was a few times when Steve Carell, when Michael Scott would say something or do something, and I would just be like,
Yikes.
I'm like, nah. I'm like, nah. I think I
But
want to
that's what
fight
made
you.
it funny though.
That,
Like
that's what I was like. That's why I liked it
you're
because
like, yeah,
that's
Well,
like,
yeah, it was like I said, it was funny. It still had its funny parts, but and I know like it was stuff that I thought was hilarious before. It's
listen,
like just watching it now, I was just like, nah.
diversity day. Come on, you want cookie? You want like it's just so racist that it's like, yo, you just have to laugh because it's like there really are people in this world
yeah.
who don't know how bad of a person they're being.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Oh,
so accurate.
And Gideon said you should watch the original British version.
I
I did. I did watch the British
have,
version.
yes.
It is funny,
Mm,
but British funny is different than American funny.
it is.
And excuse me, even though I do remember liking it, like they knew how to end it. They gave him one season and was like, all right, we're done. We're out.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's British television, period. They're
Yeah,
like, thank you, have a good day. On to the
yeah.
next thing. Like,
Listen, some of my favorite shows are British television shows. I mean, I already mentioned earlier that I'm rewatching Doctor Who.
most of them
Um,
are. I love so many different British shows. Like,
listen, I can give you a top 10 British shows,
I
like
might
off the
have to
top.
go back and rewatch Misfits because I loved it that much.
Misfits,
I got a
especially
top
the
five.
first season was dope.
Yeah.
Top five British shows.
I got a top five. I didn't watch that many British shows.
I watched. Shoot, I might be able to give you 15 now that I think about
Yeah,
it. That's
I,
crazy. I didn't even think about that.
now that I think about it, part of that is growing up with like like bootleg cable.
yeah.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot of the shows was British
yeah.
television shows.
But low
Or
key,
growing up with no cable, so you're just
So
watching
you
Channel
watching
Two.
like, are you being served?
Yep,
Like,
that's on my list.
yep,
right?
Are you being served on my list? Mr. Bean, Wallace and
Mr.
yep,
Gromit.
Yeah, Mr.
yep.
Bean.
Listen, I told you I could ring them off.
Oh my goodness. All right,
Uh,
where we at the
Oh, yeah,
oh, oh.
all right. So, what did was were you about to say anything else about The Office? Did I cut you off earlier?
Me? No, I
Yeah.
mean, it's the office. Like,
Yeah.
that's just
That I can't front that cookie part was there.
I'm telling you.
It was like that was one of those I was like, I'm laughing, but
I was actually
uh,
laughing at this.
It's so like you shouldn't laugh at it, but it's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
all right.
Even now, I'm like in tears.
Let me see. All right.
I think was it Chris's last one was next.
Sure.
Yeah. We're on number 5. What time is it? Oh, it's about the time to
Yeah.
wrap it up anyway. Yeah. All right. So, Chris, what's your number 5?
The Fresh Prince. Don't at me.
Come
Like
on.
there's probably very few shows better than the Fresh Prince. Like that was my show. It was it from Carlton taking speed to
With
the
his dance mad fast.
oh my god the Will's dad episode, uh dude, the episode where was it Will got locked up for stealing the car.
Mm-hmm.
I remember him getting locked up, but I don't remember. I don't remember if that was a car episode or not.
It was he got a couple of them joints, but it was like the car had like an alarm system. It was talking to him. The Carlton with the fraternity joint.
Oh yep.
Oh my god,
That was a good episode.
so many good episodes.
I think that whole period of time when they were in college
Those were great
was
episodes.
yeah, like I think they really got into a groove.
Yeah,
I'm a groove on that one. Michaela said she just learned Will Smith only took the role because he was bankrupt. That makes sense.
Mhm.
He was a
Yeah.
rapper.
Yeah.
Rappers
They ain't made
never
no money
really
for
made
her.
that much money.
Not then.
Don't we take most things because we ain't got no money?
Yeah.
Pretty much. But he sure enough took that and flipped it to a whole another level.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But even
Like,
his interview, how it was like not a traditional interview. How Quincy Jones was like, "Hey, do this."
Yeah.
Like,
oh, his not interview, his
His audition.
audition.
audition. Yeah.
Yeah. How it like wasn't even an audition. It was just like, I'm doing a new show. Read this real quick.
And even and low key, like that's one of those shows that like everybody popped in on. Like it was so many like cameos. It was great.
Oh yeah, yeah. Tisha Campbell.
Tisha
That was one of
Campbell.
the that was
Uh,
one of the really good episodes that I
Yep.
that I
the
remember.
earthquake episode.
The earthquake. Oh my god. Yeah.
That song he made up,
Uh-huh.
um,
Yeah.
that definitely lives rent free in my
Oh
head.
my god.
I
When
will
he was
randomly
like,
sing that.
here, here,
Here,
here,
Yeah.
here,
here.
here.
He's like, uh,
Gideon said Carlton losing his virginity. That was
Yeah.
also a good one.
Yo, Jazz getting thrown out every episode.
every
Yo,
episode.
Fam.
and the craziest thing being that they could only afford to shoot that once. So every time he was going to get thrown out, he wore the same clothes. I never noticed that.
It was hilarious.
I just thought that was his favorite shirt,
Right.
but I never noticed that.
That
Um,
Hillary's. I shouldn't laugh at this, but it's most funny.
oh, listen, that's one of the funniest parts too.
Hillary's Beyonce died.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Will
Hillary,
you marry?
Hillary.
But like what?
Oh
Yeah,
man, that um,
that was one of the greatest episodes.
and then anytime like uh Carlton and Will would dance together. So when they were dancing to
Was it Apache?
da,
Yep,
da,
Yeah.
Apache.
that, and then when they were backup dancers
Yeah.
for
Was it was it New Edition?
no, when they were
No,
backup dancers
no,
for
no. You're thinking of when they were shooting the Belle Biv DeVoe video
Velvet DeVoe.
in
that
their house. But Ariel's talking about when they were backup dancing for Ashley,
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Ashley at their college.
and then Carlton's like,
Yeah.
and Will's just like hitting him like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Will and Carlton were definitely like the best odd couple
They were.
like on
mhm,
TV. Like
And I
it
think
really felt like some family type stuff.
yeah,
and like and going back to the jazz thing, I'm like, yo, very few shows had like a gag that was funny every time.
hmm,
Yeah. Every single time.
Every single time.
and I love that show because my dad is Uncle Phil.
Is he?
Yeah.
My dad
Michaela
back in
said the
the
black
day,
wedding dress.
my dad back in
Oh my god.
when
I'm not getting the comments.
he was definitely
Like
gangster.
Gangster Carlton was mad funny too.
Gangster Carlton was funny. Oh, what was it? I think they were like staying over at Jazz's crib, and it was
I don't
early.
remember that one
It
as
was an
much.
early. It was an early episode. Like they like were over. I think Will got kicked out or left, and he was staying with Jazz or something like that. It was something stupid, hilarious. Yeah. First things
Um,
first. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Yes,
oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Um,
James Avery, everybody's uncle.
all right, so that was your fifth one. Ario, what is your fifth?
Different world.
I
Different
was
world.
thinking about putting that one on my list.
Yeah.
Um,
Different world.
I don't even think I'm spelling this right.
Different
Well,
world.
I know what word I meant to spell.
Did y'all hear K Drama's Different World remix?
No,
Did
is this recent?
Yeah, it was dope.
he
He
just did
he
a challenge?
Yeah, he sample flipped it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I did. I saw a video about it, but I didn't listen to it yet.
No, it was dope.
Yeah, no, it was good. No, yeah, I put that one as my last one because like yeah, we don't talk about season one, Michaela. Season one was a different show. Like
But you know,
it was the pilot. It had good it
No,
had
I still
good
like
episodes.
season
I'll
one.
watch it. But
but that runs true for like a bunch of shows because The Office
exactly.
season one
Like,
was garbage too.
you said what?
The Office season one
Yeah.
wasn't good either.
No, like a lot of shows season one, it
Yeah,
took a while to get into it. Even some of the like most memorable stuff on like the Cosby show and stuff, it's
yeah, it
later on.
wasn't.
But
Yeah,
that's because it's all the
Yeah,
pilot season. Like they're just trying to get the show up and
yeah, they
running.
get in
yeah,
a groove.
Yeah.
yeah. Season one of the Cosby Show, they were in a different house.
Yeah,
The
Yep.
oldest daughter, Sandra, wasn't even there. Like she didn't exist.
they
Yep.
were adding cast members.
Yeah, like
Listen, they gained a daughter and Family Matters lost one.
That's true.
They're swapping out kids.
They're
Like,
swapping kids out.
y'all need a daughter? Here you go. But a different world, like it definitely was ahead of its time with the stuff that they were doing, like stuff that people do,
yeah,
like how you were talking about Blackish, like
Yeah,
a different world was doing that then.
fam. Dean Cain was telling us who he was for 30 years.
mm,
Like it definitely one of my favorites. And the
yeah,
fact that
and
it promoted like college learning, education, and like the different types of people that are at college. Like it wasn't super stereotypical, even though it gave the like HBCU experience,
mhm,
which I don't know other than from a different world because I didn't go to a HBCU. But like the fact that even in that, I think what I liked about it was because even though it was mostly black students, it wasn't only black students. Like,
yeah,
so many different people were going through there and it showed like, yes, it's a majority us, but we aren't only about like we include everyone. And I really love that they included that.
yeah. And Michaela
And the
said the
HIV episode
yeah.
was
That was
really
another shout out to Tisha Campbell.
yep.
Yeah, yo, she got classics.
Yes.
Yeah,
Listen, come on, Little Shop of Horrors.
She got classics.
You better do your thing. She got some good stuff. But that was good. I I love the whole Whitley and Dwayne
excuse me. Yeah,
like lead up to the wedding. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
love that, but I also know like that's not realistic. Like
no,
you're
he
not coming to my wedding if
he'd have
you're
died.
please. And everybody just let you marry someone. Like he would have been beat up for
Yeah,
real.
he'd have
listen.
died.
The way I see stuff like that, like it's like first of all, I wouldn't even allow myself to be put in that position because I'm not gonna be, excuse me, especially now, like I'm not gonna be taking a woman that I'm not sure is really like into me like that to the altar. Like that's not happening. I did it before. It's not happening again.
Well, the issue was it wasn't even her. It was him. He was the one who got cold feet and was like,
Yeah,
and then was like, never mind. I actually
I
like.
love you.
Well, no, I'm talking about the dude that she was about to marry.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not Dwayne.
poor guy.
Yeah, I'm talking about the dude that she was about to marry.
Yeah,
And then
Papa Pope.
oh yeah, I forgot he was still young back then.
That's why
He
he
was
locked his new wife up in the dungeon. He said this wasn't happening again. It's
I already lost one.
Right.
not doing it again.
He had a contingency plan.
Yep.
Um but yeah, like so that whole thing, like as much as I would be like, yeah, if somebody runs up into my wedding like talking like that, trying to get my fiance to leave with them.
And not even
First of all, I will let her go because apparently she already belonged to the streets, but I would still stomp him out.
I
but
mean,
the
you
fact
would
that
have
it's
to.
not even someone, it was your right hand man in your campaign.
Oh, I forgot about that part. Yeah. He would have to get stomped out. He would get stomped out.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, but again, does that get an X? 'Cause it's a spin-off of the Cosby Show, which got the X, and
The Cosby Show didn't get the X.
oh, it didn't. Okay,
Nope. I mean,
And as a segue, my number five is the Cosby Show.
nope, I'm giving it the X.
um,
Quaaludes, you get the X.
nah, yo, nah, yo, I can't think of another one to replace it right now. Kenneth said, "Stop the yard, L."
The facts.
Listen,
He'd have caught the people's elbow.
But how all them people just left, like just it was like a few people got up and left with him, and then it was like, all right, the rest of them were like, oh, so we're gonna keep going with the wedding. Okay, cool. Like,
Somebody ain't leaving that church.
oh
but Michaela said I wanted Pam to show up in a different world. You talking about
Oh, cousin
yeah, cousin Pam.
Pam. Yeah. Was it Erica Alexander?
Yeah,
Okay.
cousin Pam.
Yeah, I kind of wondered about that, but I know the thing that made A Different World so groundbreaking is the same thing that got it taken off the air.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which sucks, but also like if that was the time we were in, like there weren't a lot of people that looked like us behind the cameras at that time.
And
You know.
listening to like when I listened to Debbie Allen talk about it,
Hmm.
like my heart broke, broke when she was saying like she was watching them all like pull into the parking lot because they
Hmm.
were the number one show on air when they got canceled. The
Yeah.
number one, like that never happens.
Because they can't let y'all like empower black people.
Yeah.
Number one show on TV. And they're like, so it's been great. We're number one, and this is the last episode. And it's like,
Yeah. All because of the
that
whole
riots.
riots and Rodney King
Yep.
situation.
Yep.
Like that just further goes to prove why it's important to have people like Issa Rae
Mm-hmm.
who
Right, to have your own.
yeah who then like she didn't just come up and become a part of the machine. Like she came up with her own machine,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're integrating what she does into what they do, and she's taking her people with them. Like one of the biggest things that I like about Issa Rae is her music selection on her shows.
Incredible.
You know what I'm saying? Like she's introduced me to so many dope songs and so many dope artists, and I know a big part of that is Raphael Sadiq, because I know, and also shout out to him because he does that same thing with a lot of different shows. But when you have the mindset of you know bringing your people with you to represent like every part behind the scenes, like that's how you don't end up with um like so for an example, I was watching um Power Book 2, and I noticed how when it came to scenes with something gang related or shooting or something like that, it was always a black artist. But when it came to like an emotional scene, it was a white artist. You know what I'm saying? And then when I watched Issa Rae stuff, everything was black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just something that stuck out to me because it was like, fam, don't just give me a black artist to represent like the ghetto stuff in the show. Like there are black artists with music that can be represented in so many other areas, and that's the kind of stuff that you get with someone like Issa Rae who does her things that way. And
Exactly.
so having having that representation behind the camera as well as in front of the camera gives you a whole nother level of I don't know. I guess for me, I'll just say a whole nother level of enjoyment, for the whole experience. Um, Candace said I have to head to work, everyone, but thank you for everything that y'all do. I really enjoy these conversations. See you next week. I'll be back on a regular schedule. Love you all. God bless. We love you too, Candace.
Thank you, Candace.
Thank you for watching. We're wrapping up as well. I already gave my fifth show, Cosby Show. In the main reason why I have it on my list, because I did think about leaving it off because of the whole Quaalude and jail situation. But the same reason why I had Blackish on my list, like it being very important to the culture, like a lot of what we enjoy today, we never would have had if it wasn't for Bill Cosby
Right.
and doing what he did. Like we just went on a whole tear about different world, and the whole reason why we have that show, one is because um, he wanted to represent college life for young people, which was dope. I didn't get the message, but it was
That
still there.
message.
I thought about it afterwards. I was like, how did I not think about going to an HBCU when I had all this representation like right there in front of me? But
I got into an HBCU. I got into Spelman. I was accepted. Um, not full ride because the year I graduated wasn't nobody getting scholarships. Like, congratulations for being smart. Now figure it out because we ain't got no money. But but I did get into HBCU, but I didn't go because this white lady said, "Aren't you tired of being with us all the time? Don't you just want to be with your own people?" And I took that as a challenge. So I was like, all right, you helped me make up my mind. And I went to the all white school. True story. That's why I didn't go to Spelman. There
Jeez.
are other reasons. Like there were other reasons, mainly because I already had my like I'm not going to school where my family lives. Like I want
yeah,
to
It's true.
like forge my own path, and my family is from Georgia. And I was like, the first thing my mom would do is be like, "You gotta go to your auntie's church." Like
oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, "No Georgia, no Virginia," but I didn't think enough to like apply to Howard because I would have went. Like,
Yeah.
but I
I
loved it.
the
We thought
only
HBCU. Our our library was called Hillman, so we, you know,
that's where all the black people studied.
listen, we were mean. Like we real our black kids, we really did think we were HBCU and a PWI.
That's
Um,
funny.
But that I think that's kind of what you have when you go to a larger school in general. Um, Chris, what school did you go to?
Zero.
Oh,
Chris,
you didn't go to college at all?
Mm.
Oh,
Chris
my
said
bad.
he went to the school of the hard dogs.
That's it. I went to Hard Knocks, Hard Knock University.
Hey, respect it. You ain't got no student loans you got to pay back.
Actually, no. So I did go. I did go to AI for a little bit, but then I didn't finish that. So,
Oh, okay. But yeah, you was there for what? Production.
yeah,
Yeah. See, with a thing like
and
that,
then they
like
got shut down.
yeah, yo, I almost went to AI myself. After I moved back up here,
Hmm.
fam. Like the only reason why I was even entertaining the thought of going there was so that I could have access to their cameras.
Oh yeah.
Like that was it. I already knew how to do everything that I was wanted to do. I had already taught myself everything. But I was like, fam, they got the cameras. I need to get up in there. And then it was like, I think it was gonna be like 100,000 per year or something like that.
I mean,
And
it wasn't that. It wasn't that much, but it was up there.
I mean, I know the program that I was looking at was up there because the different programs had different prices.
Yeah.
100. Was you going to Harvard?
Fam, I looked at that and I was like, no,
No.
no,
Yeah,
that's
no,
not a
listen.
thing. Matter of fact, when I was cleaning up just the other day, I came across no, I'm sorry, not that one. I came across Mass Arts information because I looked at going there as well. But yeah, like I think when I was in high school, I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to go to college anyway, so I wasn't looking at anything seriously. Um, and I thought about an HBCU, but the only one that I really knew about was Morehouse, and that's where my older brother was going. And I had just spent my whole high school career in the same school as him there. So I was like, I don't want to follow him to Georgia. Like, then I'll just be his little brother in Morehouse. Like, nah, I don't even care. I don't even care about school. Um, However, at the exact same time, uh, one of my best friends, Tyrone, went to Howard. And I had never heard of Howard before, or at least not that I could remember. And so we would talk on the phone, and I'm at Newberry. School isn't a thing anymore nowadays, but I'm at Newberry sitting outside, just chilling, talking to him on the phone. He's like, "Oh man, homecoming was last week. It was crazy. I met Most Def," and I was like,
That's crazy.
"Most," I was like, "Most Def? I like Most Def's music. I want to meet Most Def." He said, "Oh yeah, man, it's crazy. We about to go out. I'm gonna let you later." I was like, "All right,
That is the one thing though. Like I do wish I had the experience because like I think yeah, long story, but yeah, like I do wish I had the experience like going out of state
yeah,
and doing that whole thing. But
yeah."
yeah,
I mean, that's honestly, I think that's like the main thing that college is good for
yeah,
Yeah.
is the camaraderie that you build with people that are going through the same struggle as you
because we all broke.
during that time. Yeah, like you know, I mean, even though I didn't finish my school. I'm still cool with a bunch of people that I went to school with
Same.
because we were there going through it at the same time. Like and they just finished. Um, but yeah. Oh, and Gideon said they wore a college sweater or hoodie in almost every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I know that was how it was on Martin.
Mhm.
That's how it was on Living Single.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of rappers at that time, because I can't remember the name of the brand.
Cross colors
No, no, not Cross Colors. It was a different one. It was
of the Black College Alliance.
yep, that one. Like
Mm-hmm.
they had all the sweaters and
Got them on.
yeah, and and I remember it was that one because I like a few years ago, I was like, man, I wonder if you can still find some of that stuff. Man, one of their sweatshirts is like
Uh,
$135.
uh,
Ooh, ooh.
I was
uh,
like, listen, I will just
I'm
hit up the
tempted.
school website and get one of theirs.
I'm
uh.
tempted to go in my parents' basement and see if I can find some of this stuff. Like, I'm
Oh,
pretty
like
sure
some,
it's down
I'm
there.
pretty sure I've seen your uncle wearing them. I'm pretty
No,
well, not recently. No, I'm just saying, like back in the day. I'm pretty sure.
oh,
Yeah, not recently. That wasn't a shot. That wasn't a shot
oh,
at him. But yeah, so like they had the representation. I just didn't pick up on the message.
yeah.
Um, but tonight's not a night for uh, regretting decisions. Tonight's a night to celebrate your favorite TV shows.
Hilarious.
So all right, real quick. Um, so Ariel's list was Schitt's Creek, Family Guy, Martin, The Office, Different World. Chris's was Moesha, Family Matters, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Simpsons, and The Fresh Prince. Mine was Insecure, New Girl, The Cosby Show, Letterkenny, and Martin. Martin is the best sitcom ever created. Um, there's no way you can refute that. Even with all its problems, it's still better than your favorite.
No, no, no. The Fresh Prince, and there's nothing better than the Fresh Prince.
Oh no, no.
Like
Uh,
that's even the real debate: Fresh Prince versus Martin.
I know that's the debate, and
Martin didn't even last the seasons.
listen, like I said, even like their final season, which was struggling, it's still funnier than most shows.
Listen,
Um, Gideon said, contact those schools for merch to promote on the link. It'd be cool to promote. I've actually been thinking about doing that in general. Just getting uh, merch from black colleges and just wearing it,
See,
just in general.
there's a thing though, because since I didn't go to a black college, like, and I went to a PWI, there's a lot of like, but you didn't go to an HBCU. Like,
Yeah,
there's
it's
that.
always like that though. They have that like, mm,
I've been there,
yeah,
but
yeah,
went to Pitt. So,
yeah. That's that dumb stuff. You know, it's
I
like,
mean,
but it's also
fam,
kind of like wearing like Greek affiliated clothing and you're not Greek. Like
yeah,
it's kind of like,
oh, the colors.
yeah.
I mean, there's only but so many colors in a rainbow, and they use all the primary colors. So
I
therefore,
mean, I happen to like purple,
yeah,
and God is the Alpha and Omega.
I think as long as you're not wearing people's letters, like,
yeah. I think that's more so
Yeah,
the
yeah,
the thing. Even though the Kappas did have a whole clothing line,
yeah.
that's true.
Good luck to
yeah,
that.
and it said Kappa on it. But that's another thing for another day. All right, guys. It's already past our time.
Yeah.
Um, thank you. Thank you for watching. Once again, thank you for rocking with us. Continue to share the link page, share these videos with your friends, share them on your timelines. Help us get our page to 1,000 likes. Um, it might take a little while for us to get there, but that's the goal. So we're gonna keep pushing that. Um, yeah. Oh, Kingdom Life hoodies,
Get yours.
sweatshirts, t-shirts still available. This one is the gray. It's available in black and white for all things. Go to the link media. I'm sorry, the link media.com.
.com.
I did.
Okay. Yeah, my brain's been fumbling all night. But yeah, go ahead and check that out. And that's it from me.
Cool beans.
Any last words, you guys?
If you
Go.
have any new shows that are coming out, if you're getting into doing TV or whatever, and you need some music for your shows, you can hit up Chris Theodat for some beats. You could also hit
Yeah,
up Well Chanel because I can do some stuff too.
yeah.
And
And if
Lynn
you
on
if
your
you need
track.
any, yes, if you need any graphic stuff, I do that. Websites, all that good stuff.
One stop shop, yo.
And
Hey,
stop. We got it all for you. That's it. That's all I got.
all right, y'all. Have a great night. Thank you once again. We love y'all.
Yes. Peace.